yet? Okay, here we go. So, all right. So we're going to get started with Marketing Secrets Revealed, which is something we do exclusively with DPR agents. We do this once a month, and we go over just some different marketing ideas and tips and things like that that we can share with you. We will teach it ourselves. Sometimes we might bring a guest, but the information is always super valuable. So we're excited today to hear from Sarah Touchstone. She does all of our, a lot of our marketing, a lot of video stuff and things, just really supports the agents that we work with. And so she's kind of a resource that we all get to, work with. So anyway, Sarah's going to teach us today, and she's going to, her topic today, was it Instagram secrets?
It's Instagram.
Okay, awesome. All right, so go ahead, Sarah. I'll turn it over to you.
All right. Hello, everybody on. I'm Sarah Touchstone with Landmark Title. I'm actually our social media marketing strategist. Even though I do a lot of things that are outside of social media, it's always fun to come back and do a class about the very topic that is in my title, social media. So today we're going to be going over some Instagram basics. And it was funny, I was explaining this class to somebody else, and I was like, okay, basically, I can sum up Instagram in one sentence. So keep that in mind, because I'm not going to sum it up till the end of my presentation, but there is a way that we can kind of sum up a lot of this in one sentence. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to break it apart for you so that you understand how, when I give you this sentence at the end, how you can get to that point as well. So we're going to cover 4 different keys to, hold on one second, I'm going to move my little box. We're going back, we're going the wrong way. There we go. Okay, 4 key areas when it comes to optimizing your Instagram account. So if you do not have an Instagram account yet, it's very, very easy to set one up. It's super user-friendly. So this class is designed that you already kind of have an Instagram account set up, but now we're going to dive into the different components such as optimization, content strategies, engagement, and analysis. So how to effectively use your Instagram. So here's a couple of the basics. And these are things, even if you have an Instagram page already set up, you can go in and you can make changes around these. Or if you have yet to set up an Instagram page, this is how you can optimize your page. Make sure you're choosing the right name for it, the right handle, the right name. Your name has to be in the handle or else people can't find you. So, a lot of people have fun or quirky type Instagram names. It's not like Facebook that is just your name. You can give this handle any type of name you want, but make sure that there's a part of your name that is in it. There is also the option too, you've got your handle and then you've got your actual name. Now people can search on both of those. So make sure that it is whatever your name is, it's searchable. That's a big one. Also putting things like real estate within the title of it. That can be a great way for people to not only search you by name, but search you by what it is that you do. So first and foremost, make it searchable. Then pulling apart your bio. Use every single character that is available. So you only get so many characters. That includes the words, the spaces, emojis that you use within your bio. But make sure you're using every single one of them. Don't just put real estate agent and leave it at that. Put as much as you can about yourself, including obviously your business, but as well as interests. That's going to help people to want to actually look at you and find out more about you in an instant. So something fun is always great. Like I like DJing. So I put my DJ name is actually in my bio, along with, my business, my work, other things that I'm interested in too, like my Gorgeous Girls Lunch Club. I've got that in my bio. Why not? It's an organization that I'm a part of, that I run. So including things like that is great. You can also include a URL link in your bio. Now you can only use one. So utilize something like Linktree. Linktree is a great site, and we can delve into like things like Linktree later, but Linktree is a great site where you can have all of your websites and your social media on one page. So if you take that link, people can go to your website, they can go to your Facebook, they can, they can go to all of these other sites that you link up together. So remember, you only got one link, so make it count. That could be your website if that's something where you're getting a lot of traffic from. But nowadays agents get traffic from all different places. Now let's talk about your content. So we've got the basics down. What is it that we're putting on our Instagram? Instagram is very visual. It's a visual platform, pictures, video. It's not like Facebook or LinkedIn, where you're a lot of times you're putting articles and stuff that is going to have more content to it. Instagram is designed to appeal to the aesthetics, so appeal to what we're looking at. So as always, be authentic. You don't have to be salesy on Instagram. Instagram people really, really want to see you for who you are. That's what they're wanting. So always be yourself and let your unique personality shine through with your content. That really is the beautiful part about Instagram, is that it's a part of you. So use that. And then also you can use websites like Canva to create the graphics. Because once again, remember, this is a visual platform. So you're going to want to have consistency to your content as well. That's where utilizing something like Canva can be really, really beneficial. You can make, beautiful Instagram posts, but then you can keep them similar. You can keep the theme going when you are kind of creating this content. I think a lot of that consistency with the content too has to do with the filters that you use on Instagram too. Like we're all using filters on Instagram. You are, I am too, but be very selective with what filter you're using and make sure that that's the same filter you're always using so that you have that consistent look, whether it's in Canva or even just regular photos that you're posting. And as always, video. I cannot say enough. You guys probably get sick and tired of me talking about video, but I talk about it because it works. It leaves such a lasting impact, much more than text, writing is going to leave. I say this stat all the time, but 95% of the information that somebody sees in a video, they'll retain, as opposed to 10% that they retain from text. So talk on video, talk like you're talking to these people. It is a great strategy for Instagram. Let's talk about sticking to your theme. I kind of talked a little bit about this on the last slide, but it's creating that vibe. It's creating that aesthetic. So pick a color. And you actually have the ability to not only create the colors with your photos and your posts, but you can also go in and you can create colors and themes when it comes to your highlights reel. There's a lot that you can do to actually pull this color vibe together. And that's something that's a really fun tool on Canva, is you can go onto Canva and you can say, I want to use like blue, black, and orange in all of my marketing, and it will pull this color palette together. And that's a great strategy to go into creating a successful Instagram with. And then consistency is key. It's always going to be key. Everything we do with marketing and social media, you guys know it's consistency. If you're doing mailings, it's consistency. So the more you are consistent on social media, the more engagement you're going to get, and the higher your chances for creating business from that engagement is going to be. And then one of the best things about a platform like Instagram is it does give you the opportunity to be a storyteller. So when it comes to posting, tell about not just about you, but something that's going on in your life. One of the things, I'll use an example for me. I love hiking. I love hiking. I love adventure. So if you go onto my Instagram, you're going to see this entire, like, montage story of all of this hiking related things. So, and it's something that I love, but then it so frequently comes up in conversation when I'm networking or I'm working with business people. They'll bring up, oh, I just saw that you went hiking the Grand Canyon. How was that? And we'll get to talking about it. So it's amazing how sometimes those things from your personal life are the best icebreakers to a business conversation. So always a great idea to utilize Instagram for that. Now let's talk the difference between stories and feeds, because both have different, they have different uses and they have different audiences. So there are going to be different people that will just scroll through the news feeds. Like that's all they want to see. Then there's different people that actually will spend time scrolling through people's stories because that's what they want to see. So let's talk about how to engage those two different audiences. So your day-to-day activities, this is going to be a stories thing. So, say, okay, I'm at this great restaurant and, I want to say something about them, or I want to tag them, that might not end up on my news feed, but that's going to go in my stories. Or I'm having lunch with my best friend today and we're having it at this restaurant. Those types of things are going to be in your stories. So it's the stuff that you're just doing every day that you just want to share. Like, I'm just really having an enjoyable day. Those are the kinds of things that are going to go into stories. And those are that's the type of audience that's going to be watching your stories, is just people that want to know what you're up to on a daily basis. What's Melinda thinking today? What's she out doing today? And it's kind of an interesting way to build that relationship and build the trust a lot of times on people that you've never met because they feel connected to you. Oh, I like that restaurant too. Now we've got something to talk about. Another thing is having things that are high value. So stories is great, just fun. This is what I'm out doing today. But bringing in things that are going to add high value to the people that are watching. These are things that are going to go in your feed. So the high value, and now granted, you can put some high value stuff in your stories too, but people aren't going to spend time watching them. Stories are very quick. They're a couple of seconds and they're gone, and they only last for 24 hours. So when it really comes to the content, the meat and potatoes of your Instagram, you're going to want to put that stuff in your news feed. Things when you're providing tips, educational info, how-tos. Landmark Title does great flyers, like top 10 hiking trails, or my personal favorite is in the fall when we do the pumpkin patch, because people are looking for stuff like this. I know for me, we were going to go to a pumpkin patch this past year, and there was an accident on the freeway getting up to it. It was the one up near Prescott. And so I was like, I know there's other pumpkin patches in town. So I pulled up our flyer and I was able to find an alternate pumpkin patch. So stuff that you think that people will want to maybe pull up later, that's stuff that is great to go onto your feed. And then, whatever you're kind of doing, like pictures with your family, your friends, your coworkers, business partners, photos of you working. You guys have the best job in the world. You have a license to get out there and socialize with people and see beautiful homes. So that's great content. It doesn't have to be, here's an open house flyer. It can be like, hey, I'm out showing houses today. This is what I'm doing. And, think that's stuff that you can post on your feed as well, and that you'll hopefully get engagement from. So people want to see you interacting with other people and out and doing stuff. People are going to trust a real estate agent that looks like a busy real estate agent. So you always kind of, you have a great opportunity on Instagram to kind of post that about you. It's your bragging rights. So your Instagram feed, it's like your wall of credibility. I am a busy real estate agent because my Instagram says so. It works though. And now let's talk about engagement, because this is really why we're on the social media platforms. It's not just, hey, look at me, I'm a great real estate agent, right? We all want to generate leads, and leads come through engagement on social media. So I'm going to spend some time on this one because this is so important, because this is the reason for it all. So it's so easy when people comment to just hit that little like button next to it, and just scroll on through like, okay, great, because everybody's checking. Did anybody see my stuff? Did anybody see my stuff? But it's much more than people seeing your stuff. And it's even more than replying to the comments, which you better be replying to those comments. That's step one. So step one is respond. Never let somebody post on your stuff and not respond to them. Or if you're posting on other people's and commenting and they comment back to you, you better be commenting back to them. That's step one in engagement. But there's a lot more to do than just that one-to-one interaction. Step two, a lot of times, is even sending messages, getting on that personal level with that person, stepping out, making them feel significant. Searching relevant hashtags. Now, this is taking you off of your wall, taking you from what you're posting and who else you're watching. And go to these hashtags and start looking at the audience in there and start engaging with that audience. So hashtags, and I'll go a little bit more into hashtags. Hashtags are basically a way to categorize different things on social media. So if I was to post this video, it would be like hashtag landmark title, because this is who we're doing it with, maybe hashtag DPR, because we're doing it with you, hashtag webinars, because this is a webinar, hashtag social media, hashtag Instagram, for the Marketing Matters class that we do, hashtag Marketing Matters. So now I can click on that hashtag on social media and it will take me to basically its own page where everybody that has used that hashtag, their posts have been categorized. So if you and I are using a similar hashtag, we might have some stuff in common. So you can use that hashtag to search for people that you want to engage with, essentially your target audience. And then you can start following them and commenting on them. The best way to get a follower is to actually go to somebody else and like maybe 3 to 4 of their posts and comment in at least 2 of their posts. And once those people see that you're engagement, 9 times out of 10, they actually start following you as well. It's a very interesting psychology behind that. And then like, comment, follow, share, you got to spend time on it. Social media is one of those things you got to spend time on it. It helps if it's something you like, because we're all more prone to actually spending time on things that we like. So hopefully you get some type of joy and engagement yourself off of being on social media. If you don't, social media might not be the right platform for you to utilize for marketing either. Because in real estate, there's so many different avenues that you really can market. Spend your time wisely. So, it's great, if this is a passion, if you enjoy doing it, these steps that we're going over today is a great way to really take it to that next level, essentially. Let's talk a little bit more about engagement. So this is something that this is basically the 3-step process that I was explaining a little bit on the last one. So step 1, search that relevant hashtag. So say you're like a real estate agent in Northwest Phoenix. Search that hashtag Northwest Phoenix. Or something like that. Like I said, whatever it is that you're picking. And you can follow some different hashtags too to find out if it is something that you are interested in. So step one, find that hashtag. Step two, hit the recent results for the real-time people that are actually engaging with this hashtag and utilizing this hashtag. You don't want to, start going after people that maybe use this hashtag, 6 months ago, a year ago. Those are not, especially if it's one that you like utilizing yourself or one that you are interested in utilizing yourself. So you want to go for the heavy hitters that are actively using it. Then step three, like, comment, follow, and share their content. This goes back to the, like their posts 3 or 4 times right off the bat, comment a couple of times, and then obviously following them. If, we get notifications on Instagram that we have new followers. A lot of times, the next step for people is clicking the follow back button, and you've already gotten that engagement. You've already gotten more people in there. And share their content. If you like their content, that's the best part about social media, in my personal opinion, is that we're all constantly sharing content. I love content. I am a content junkie. You asked me to do a class, I'm like, ooh, more content? That's great. We're going to record this too. It's content. So for me, I love social media because I am constantly inspired by the people that I follow on social media. So if you're getting inspired by somebody else, share their content too. It's great. It's a fun sharing platform. And then the last thing we're going to talk about today is how to analyze your progress. So we would love to think that, yes, we're just doing great on social media. We're killing it. We're having such a good time. We love posting our pictures. We love engaging with people on our Instagram. But we're in the business of being in business, right? So you got to go back to the actual numbers from time to time, is looking at and adjusting your approach based on what you see on Instagram. So look, and this is a down the road thing. This isn't like you do Instagram for 3 days and then you come back. Look at what your top posts are. See what's performing best. Look at what your top stories are. What are people really wanting from you? What are they enjoying the most from you? See what times, and this is a great thing too that Instagram does. See what are the most active times when your audience has actually been on. I mean, isn't that great to actually be able to go back and look and know all these things, not just to have to think off the top of your head, well, I think people were liking my stuff around 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. I don't know, they might have been. You actually have the ability to go into Instagram and figure this out. And then based on what you find out, make adjustments to your posts, to the days, to the times, your content. Give the people what they want. So, and social media will dictate. They will tell you what it is that the people want to see from you. So that's kind of our little overview today on Instagram. We can always do another class where we dive a lot more into the basics. I think it would be great to maybe do an in-person class eventually with Instagram, or do like a Zoom where I can log in actually on my phone and we can go through the step-by-steps. Maybe we can do one where we're creating stories together. So if you guys have any Instagram or social media questions, please let Beth, Becky, and Melinda know about them. And we're happy to get you more information about it. Like I said, I love social media. I have just a great time with it. So because I enjoy it, I enjoy talking with people about it and helping them in any way possible. So that's it for me today, ladies.
I did have one question. Yeah, so you were talking about all these things that you can do on Instagram. Now I know that this is all based on was it the business version? Like, I don't know, like you can get a profile that's either business or personal, right? And you can switch it. Like if you've got a personal one, you can switch it to business. Is that right?
You can have, okay, so you can have multiple Instagram accounts on your Instagram account.
Okay.
So you can, yeah, you can have, so like for example, I do Landmark Titles corporate Instagram as well. And I have access through, like I can switch within the Instagram app between my personal and my business Instagram. And then I can actually link those as well to our Facebook pages. So it's all tied together. So you can have, I mean, it's honestly, in some ways, the business Instagram and the personal Instagram is almost easier than like Facebook business pages versus, you know, Facebook personal pages. The two platforms on Instagram are very similar and they're very user friendly. Like it's very easy to transition back and forth between the two. It's not confusing like sometimes it is on Facebook, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you, Sarah.
You guys are welcome. And then next month we have Kylie booked to come on and do a Canva class. So that's going to be
Awesome.
July 8th.
And her name's Kylie Strawn, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And she is awesome at all sorts of social media stuff. If you guys haven't sat in a class with her before, she is awesome. You know, it's really great to hear from someone who's an expert in the field, who's also in that young up and coming Gen Z.
She has a good time with it, right?
Yes. And she's just really like, she's one of the ones that is using it the most already. So she's also looking at it she focuses on real estate clients. So she knows how you guys would best benefit by using Canva. So Canva is going to help you create beautiful posts for your Instagram and Facebook and any other social media that you're using out there.
Yeah. Yeah. So we talked today about the basics of Instagram and you know, kind of the overview. So next month, we're going to actually dive into the nuts and bolts of creating that content. So it's going to be really cool. Like I like Canva, I use Canva, and I always want to know more about it.
Cool. Well, I'm excited to hear from Kylie next month, and I guess we'll wrap up. Thank you.
All right, thank
Thanks
you.
for having me on, ladies.
Thank you, Sarah.
See you next month.